What's up, guys? This is Syphic coming back, and coming back at you with a video of some other stuff that I've picked up along the way this past month and a half. Hopefully you guys just saw the turbo video, or all the turbo stuff that I picked up during the same span, but I figured I'd do a separate video just showing the non-turbo related items that I've scored, and this one is a pretty big one. There's some pretty nice items that I've scored here, along with a really rare kiosk that I picked up. So now I'm up to 3 kiosk units that I have. One of them actually slipped through my hands, and a few months later came home. So let's just start off with the regular stuff that I picked up. My friend RRob78 hooked it up with a nice little gift, game that I did not have. That's Hubert 3 for the Super Nintendo. So that was pretty cool. In my turbo video, I got a really nice little gift, Jackie Chan Perler art from a buddy of ours that we met in Portland. Made a little trade. He didn't have many turbo games, so we traded some controllers that he needed. I traded him a couple of games. I think I traded him Bonks and Ninja Spirit, and in that trade I was able to get Secret of Mana. This one came with the manual and the map. Now, I did used to have this game, but I actually gave it to my buddy RRob78 a while back, and I realized I never picked up another one, so glad to add that one back into the collection. Really good, cool buddy of ours happened to have a title that I've been wanting for quite some time for the 32X, and that is our buddy Armando from Pixel Vault Video Games in Ontario. I'll post a link below so you guys can check out his Facebook page and maybe visit his store sometime. He got this in, and I saw it behind the counter, asked him about it, and he gave me a super bro price on this one, and that is Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X, and it is complete with manual and everything inside. Super excited to have this, can't wait to play it. Give me an excuse to pull out the 32X, which has been collecting dust for a while. My buddy David Kim hooked it up with a couple of gift items. I did not have Penguin Land for the Sega Master System, and he had a copy of this. So he hooked it up with that, so thank you, David, for that. And for Christmas, he hooked it up with a game that I did not have, which is Mega Man 2. So thank you for the Christmas gift, David. Awesome. And now I only need Mega Man 4 to complete the series. My buddy Brian Bernal came across a lot of GameCube titles, and I needed this for my kiosk, and that is Mario Kart Double Dash. So thank you, Brian, for hooking it up with this. He gave it to me for free, which is awesome. So I owe you something. I'm pretty sure we'll do a deal down the line, and I'll hook you up. And thanks for that. Stopped at my local Goodwill, and lo and behold, they had some GameCube stuff. And I didn't need anything, so I left it all there. So some kid picked up the system and whatever. Went back the next day, and this got put out. So this must have been part of the lot. Maybe it didn't get put out with the lot. And that's the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. So this will be available for sale or for trade. It is complete with manual and everything inside. I don't really collect GameCube stuff, so that'll be going out for trade or for sale. Stopped at a local flea market that I usually frequent, and lo and behold, they had 2 Game Boy SPs, and these are both 101s, the backlit models. Both of them do work, but one of them does need a new battery. Other than that, they work perfectly fine. Some blemishes on the outside, but otherwise the screens are great, and these will be available for sale or for trade at the SoCal Retro Gaming Expo. So make sure to hit that up. And recently went out to a little local game store, and they had a couple items that I couldn't pass up. First of all, it was Earthworm Jim 2 for the Sega Saturn. This was 39 bucks. Game has been fluctuating anywhere from like 50 to 80 bucks, so I could not pass this up, and I did not have this title, so glad to add that to the collection. They also had a copy of Sonic Jam just loose for 10 bucks. I already have the game, so I'll pass on the savings to somebody out there who might need that, so hit me up if you guys need this. And it's a collection of different Sonic games for the Saturn, so awesome. And then they also had an Action Replay, the one that I needed for the Saturn. This is a 4-in-1 cartridge. It was 29 bucks, but you know, which is the going rate. But it was there, and you know, I decided to pick it up since I didn't have one. And last but not least, I did hit up a little thrift store, and I was able to find this. It was $5.99, and it's a Famicom converter with a 151-in-1 cart connected to it. For $6, could not pass that up. Looks like it has a bunch of good titles on it, so I'll be able to try that out and see how that is. So yeah. And the last item I picked up, I actually need to leave the room so to show you guys what it is. It's a really nice piece to the collection, and we've been having a blast playing it. So let's cut out of here, go into the garage, and I'll show you what it is. Okay guys, so this is the item that I was able to pick up for a really nice price, and it is a Sega Genesis kiosk. Actually, this kiosk is really a Saturn kiosk, but can be interchangeable. This one happens to have the Genesis emblem on it, but you can actually unscrew the Genesis emblem and put a Saturn one and replace the system and all that inside with a Saturn. So technically it's really a Saturn kiosk, but whoever had this before must have, you know, got the Genesis plaques from Sega and modified it. Not modified it, but, you know, just switched it out. As you can see, it does have a controller port there, another one there with these little hooks. There is a reset button there to reset the system. Now I followed the wiring from the reset button, and it goes to like a small board that's behind the screen, which actually only works if you had a Saturn in there. So unfortunately, if you push this now, it won't do anything. You have to actually manually turn it off and on. But as you can see here, the faceplates would screw on here and here, and you would switch this out and put a Saturn one. Same with this one over here. This other Saturn kiosk that I have here is also interchangeable, and you know, I've seen Genesis versions of that one as well. So, but it's really neat. It does have locks on the side here. Unfortunately, it is missing the keys, so I'm gonna have these replaced, or maybe get a locksmith to fix that. And then there's another one on the side here. What that does is you basically unlock those, and the whole thing actually pulls out, so you can switch the game or replace the console. And as you can see, the console is in there currently playing Hyperstone Heist. So this comes forward, and you're able to either make adjustments to the volume on the screen or switch the screen out, and so on and so forth. And you just slide it back in, and then you would lock the sides and so on and so forth. So yeah, I was able to pick this up. Actually, somebody bought this in front of me a few months ago, early last year, and I just was kicking myself for passing up on this thing. I just didn't have, well, I had the cash, I just wasn't ready to drop that kind of money that they were asking at the time. And the person who ended up buying it actually needed to move it. They had no more room for it and needed to get it out of their garage, so they hit me up, and I jumped on it right away, went down there and picked it up, and I am now an owner of a Sega Genesis / Saturn kiosk. So I've got this one, I've got this one, and then we've got the GameCube one over here. So hopefully we'll be adding some more. I'm looking for the full-size version of this, the one with the Sonic logo and all that. And then I'm also looking for a Super Nintendo one. So hopefully those will you know, end up in this little garage game room I got going here. But I'm really happy to have this piece added to the collection. So that's it, guys. This is syphic signing out. I'll be back with maybe one more video before the SoCal Retro Gaming Expo next week. If you guys can make it out, I'll put the information and details below. We'll have lots of killer stuff for sale and for trade. So definitely come on down and don't miss it if you're in the Southern California area. And it'll be held at Frank & Sons Collectible Show in the City of Industry. So until the next video, guys, this is syphic signing out. Later.